Well, hi again, everyone. I'm Mitchell Hadley, author of Darkness in Primetime: How Classic Era TV Foresaw Modern Society's Descent into Hell. Today, I thought I would just take a minute or two to tell you something about how a TV historian goes about researching the programs like the ones that appear in this book, and the kind of hoops that you have to jump through in order to get the story right. This episode that I'm thinking of it was originally broadcast on Kraft Television Theater in the mid 1950s. It's called One, written by David Karp, adapted from his own novel. It tells the story of a society in which the individual is eliminated and a collective whole is what's left of society. Not HOLE, but WHOLE. Everyone thinks the same, talks the same, acts the same. You can read about the story in the book, but I want to tell you a little bit about the story behind the story, what I did to bring that story to life in the pages of Darkness in Prime Time. It was a challenge, you see, because the TV episode no longer exists. It's one of the massive number of programs from early television that were either wiped clean or otherwise lost, degraded tape, disappeared. At any rate, you can look all you want, and you're not going to come up with a copy of One. Well, what did I do? First of all, I read Karp's book, which is terrific, by the way, and it's still in print. But that left me with more questions, particularly in how Karp ended the story. In the book, the ending is kind of vague. It's a little confusing as to how you would actually present it on TV. It deals with the mind, but it doesn't adapt itself easily to what we might see on the screen. Well, what did he do? As it happens, the David Karp papers are located at Boston University in their research library, and thanks to some wonderful people who I credit in the book, I was able to get copies not only of David Karp's original script for One, but of the revisions, how the story changed and evolved between the original time of conception and the night of the live broadcast. In particular, I was able to see how he condensed a very complicated story into a 1 hour time spot, minus commercials, and critically, how he dealt with that ambiguous ending, how he was able to make it come to life for television without compromising the original vision of his story. It's a fascinating look at what goes into TV and how these stories evolve, and I think you'll enjoy reading about it. I think that you'll see that it's not only a very deep story, a very meaningful story for our times, but that the story behind it is a fascinating look at what goes into making a television program and how the written word in the book may differ from what you see on screen. That and more can be found in Darkness in Prime Time. I look forward to joining you again in the near future with more stories from the book and from what happens behind the scenes. Until then, thanks for joining me.